It is always a little bit complicated to recycle and make use of our garden pruning waste. Well, here is a good method by building a dry hedge. So of course one might be tempted to burn all this waste, all these prunings in the middle of the garden. So you should know that burning wood or making smoke in your garden is already prohibited. And then, moreover, there is always a risk of pollution, and we must admit that the neighbor might not be very happy either. It generates greenhouse gases, unpleasant odors, and wastes a valuable resource for your garden. And you are liable to a fine of €750. So how can we recycle all these prunings from our garden? They can be shredded into chips to be composted or used as mulch or used to build a trail. So what is the purpose of creating, crafting and setting up a dry hedge in your garden? First of all, it creates a shelter for biodiversity. Birds, insects and small mammals find refuge and food there. You get a windbreak that is beneficial for vegetable crops. It defines the spaces in the garden, lawn, vegetable garden, orchard, and it avoids trips to the waste disposal site by reusing hedge trimmings and branches. And the dead wood from the garden? Let's meet Virginie Druart from Val-Udea, responsible for waste management in the Ardennes.
So how to build a dry hedge? First of all, you need to have piled up the residue from previous trimmings in your garden. You will have, for example, coniferous, deciduous, any type of branches can be placed in dry hedges. For the framework of the dry hedge, we will use stakes. Either you can use stakes, like these made of chestnut, or you can also use branches from your garden, which are about 6 to 8 centimeters in diameter to be sturdy enough. And then we will drive them about 30 to 40 centimeters into the ground. A blow with a sledgehammer to bury them well. And then we will be able to fix them into a framework. So, to install the dry hedge, we will also try to ensure that the stakes are aligned. Ideally, you should space each stake between 80 centimeters and 1 meter apart. The distance between the two stakes is up to you, depending on the volume of branches you have in your garden. So, here we have a spacing of about 60 centimeters wide between the different stakes. Once the hedge is completed, we will be able to fill it with all the branches that we have pre-cut. Ideally, fill it lengthwise so that it is well arranged and does not protrude between the stakes. The idea is then to renew the hedge over the years with all the branches produced by the garden. So, gradually the branches will decompose and create at the base of the hedge a soil rich in organic matter. The seeds of trees and shrubs present in bird droppings will germinate in the soil. And then your hedge will bloom and turn green again.
As you have understood, setting up a dry hedge in a garden, an orchard, or any other green space on your property is very easy. It is inexpensive and you can do it in any season. And now it's your turn.